Hi everyone. Okay. A bit nervous. Okay, but I'll start by thanking first Kak Saleha, Dr. Aziz, and also Kak Razli for this platform. And then also to my upline mentors, Kandaka and Haryana, who are at Monkeys Academy right now. Thank you as well. And also thank you to my upline Platinum, Sutris, and also to my parents who are here to support me today. Okay. So today, this is an interesting topic. Actually, when Anna asked me, and then asked me to talk about this, I was like, what can I talk that might relate to you? I mean, the people out here who are not really into these medical terms and all. Okay, so basically, how many of you know what is insulin resistance? Can I see a show of hands? Most of the people here tak tahu lah, so it's a good topic. Okay. 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 This one, every time we talk about blood glucose, you'll see this slide lah. Okay. Malaysia is the most obese and sweetest nation in Asia. That is something that has been going on for years actually. Okay, and as you know, or you don't know, okay, 1 in 5 Malaysian adults have diabetes, age 18 and above, and about 49% of them are undiagnosed, which means among all these people here, one out of 5 of you are actually diabetic, but you might not know it. Huh? Okay, next one. Okay, so why do you think, okay, there are, how many of you here have tried dieting, doing some weight loss program, a lot of, exercises and all, but still struggle to lose weight? Okay, there's a lot of people here, even I was in that category. Okay, despite doing this dieting, reducing, doing exercises and all, it was quite difficult for me to lose and also maintain that weight. So, what is actually happening? It's not just because we are not doing something, it's because there is a metabolic crisis happening in our body, okay, which we call as insulin resistance lah. Our body with the metabolism has something going haywire inside it lah, basically. Okay, this is very very common now, PCOS, if you know. Okay, and then also it's coming at younger age, not just in the older age group. Okay, so all these things, it's not because we're lazy, but because our metabolism has changed a lot now. Okay, what are the common things which we see? Fatigue, brain fog, and also weight loss is becoming harder, and our infertility rates are getting higher. Okay, this is some of the alarming signs of this insulin resistance, basically. Okay, so what is insulin? Basically, insulin is a hormone produced by our pancreas. Okay, the job of the insulin is, let's say this is the cell, it helps our glucose in the blood to go into the cell so that the cell can use it. So that is the function of insulin. It's like the key. Without that key, our glucose cannot go from our bloodstream into the cells for it to be used. Okay, so it also regulates our fat storage, and by removing the blood glucose from the blood, it helps regulate. Okay, so what happens when this key tiba-tiba not sensitive enough, something happened to the key lah. So what happens is you get insulin resistance. Okay, so basically there is insulin, but then the key tak boleh nak detect. That's what it means lah. Okay, so your sugar levels will start increasing. Okay, since the glucose cannot enter the cell easily, our pancreas will also start to produce more insulin to compensate for it, and then the cells stop responding to that. That's the reason, right? And insulin also high, sugar also high, so in a prolonged state of this thing, our fat storage will become more. Why? Because there's high glucose in our bloods, so our body will tend to keep it as fat instead. Okay, so this is how insulin resistance actually makes you fatter or causes these other hormonal imbalances. Okay. Okay, so right now today I'm going to talk about this part lah. Usually we talk about here. Okay, so how this thing is, usually our cell, a normal cell will be like this. Okay, in this stage, in this stage is actually quite silent. Not many of us might know that we are insulin resistant. Okay, like you don't have to be fat, you don't have to be having certain criteria which makes you insulin resistant. Even thin people can have it. Huh? Okay, so at this stage, if you do something about it, there is still chance of proper reversal. Okay, so what happens if you let it be high insulin, then your fat start accumulate, then you go into pre-diabetic state, and then you go into type 2 diabetes. And this eventually leads to other issues like cardiovascular diseases lah. Okay, so like I said earlier lah, some of the people who are predisposed higher to this insulin resistance, because Asians, we Asians, we have this high risk because we have lower muscle mass usually compared to these European countries and all, we have lower muscle mass and high visceral fat storage. So even though we are thin, sometimes when we do our in-body, right, we notice that our visceral fat is high. So these kind of people are also predisposed to insulin resistance. Females in general are more predisposed compared to males, okay, because of our hormone factors as well, okay. And then some other factors, this is our issue right now, sedentary lifestyle. Okay, most of us here are working in the office setting. Okay, we are working in conditions where we are just sitting and not moving. Okay, this. And then also, people nowadays, siapa yang hari semalam cukup tidur? See, so many tak cukup tidur, only a few cukup tidur. This is one of the big causes of stress which induces your insulin resistance as well. Okay, stress, and then family history, it plays a certain part as well, and also for people who are going into menopause lah. Okay, how to know whether you have the symptoms of insulin resistance or not? How many of you have any of these symptoms here? Okay, got brain fog, fatigue, especially after meals, accumulation of belly fat, and then you have intense sugar craving. Okay, some people will have this periods of PCOS symptoms, irregular periods, dark neck, there's this thing called psychosis migraines lah. Okay, that, and then skin tags. Some people even the face, the acne. Okay, this you diet but you still weight gain. Berapa orang macam ni? Ada something from here. Put up your hand. Everybody healthy ah? Tak ada. Okay, so I had this issue. Okay, I had this issue. I had a lot of these issues initially. Okay, now it's getting better. Okay, so these are some of the signs that you need to watch out lah. Okay, watch out when you need to actually go and check whether you have some issue with your blood sugar lah. Okay, and then so this cycle where when your insulin is consistently high, okay, what happens is high insulin, it blocks our fat breakdown. Okay, when all these things happen, metabolism slow down. Okay, when metabolism slow down, we will get weight gain. Okay, and then we go back into this again high insulin. Okay, we also will crave more energy, which causes our hunger hormones to increase, and we start to eat more. Cravings will increase. Okay, and then our fat burning mechanism is disrupted. Okay, so what happens is when your insulin resistance is there, your fat burning is biochemically blocked. Okay, so despite you dieting, you doing exercise and all, your fat is not burning because your insulin resistance is there. Okay, how to what else other than this you can do is, okay, this one I come to this lah. So basically, who has heard about this right now? Have you heard about this? They have their brand names, but I'm not going to tell it out loud. It's this injectable start with O and M, which is craze currently. Okay, so when I thought of this topic, I figured maybe some people maybe want to know about this a bit. Okay, why not? Some people are actually, some doctors are actually promoting this because it actually helps. How it helps? Okay, these things are actually certain biochemical agents. Okay, they will mimic our hormones in the gut to reduce our appetite and slow our gastric emptying. Okay, by doing that, our appetite will reduce. When your appetite reduce, you will not eat much lah. So that's how you start losing the weight when you're taking this kind of injections. Okay, What happened? You never eat, rapid weight loss, memang reduce craving, memang improve glucose control lah, because whatever you put in is reduced, right? And it mimics the insulin receptor. It's the insulin at the receptor part, it mimics it, okay? And also, when you actually use it in the correct patient and right patient lah, that's how it helps. But what can go wrong? What might go wrong? We don't know much about these things, okay? We do not know much. Okay? We don't know the long-term safety beyond 5 to 10 years. If you take in prolonged time, what can happen to your body, we do not know yet. One, okay? Because the studies are not that extensive. Okay? Two, when you stop these injections, what do you think will happen? There's no more something imitating your insulin, so your body will go back to the state that it was before, and you will regain back the weight. Because you're not doing any lifestyle changes, you're not doing anything other than putting the injection in. So it is not sustainable if you stop it. Okay? And then we do not know whether it has any risk of significant muscle and bone loss. We do not know whether, because we are not eating much, right? Compared to normal. So our nutrients, is it correctly going in? What kind of things is happening? We do not know. Okay? We do know whether it affects our fertility and hormone. We don't know because there's no proper study done on it yet. Okay? And also what is its impact on the gut microbiome pun tak tahu. Okay? So these kind of things, are we actually fixing what is causing the weight issue, or are we just creating something to depend on while being lazy? So we have to think about it, whether you want to depend on the injection. So what you should actually do to improve your insulin resistance and all these things is, okay, if you see here, yes, in the medication pathway, your appetite will suppress, you reduce your food intake, you will get rapid weight loss, and then it works when you continue, but if you stop, the rebound will happen lah. But let's say you properly repair your body from inside. You first prepare your gut, okay? That will help reduce inflammation. That will improve your insulin sensitivity. Okay, and you're taking nutritious food at the same time, and you're not suppressing your appetite. You're taking food which is healthy for you. You're making a choice instead of suppressing reducing your food intake. This will preserve your muscle and also restore your cellular energy, and it's very sustainable because in long term, of course, you can continue that process of whatever you're doing. Okay, that's it. For example, you want to exercise, you want to take good food, you want to juggle your gut health. All these things is something you can do long term without needing to spend extra money on medications and depending on it. Okay, so you don't decide lah which one is better for you. Okay, whether you want to depend on ubat ke atau you nak try something which is less medication use. Okay, so basically how we want to, like, if you are going for the healing side, how we do it is we want to actually improve our gut and our gut pancreas axis lah, basically. Okay, our gut brain pancreas axis. Okay, how our gut has a lot of all these microbiomes in it, which control our inflammation. It controls our glucose uptake, sugar uptake into the body. It also controls our, what is this called? How our insulin is released, all these things. Okay, I don't want to go in depth into the medical side of it because it's very complicated for you guys. So basically, what I'm saying is, USOs will control our sugar to a certain extent. Okay, so does it need to be healthy or not? Yes, correct, right? So how we make our gut healthy? If we make our gut healthy, it will regulate our inflammation. It will also control the cravings, influence any sensitivity that is happening. Okay, the body with the other connections of the gut also will get improved together with it. Okay, we have got skin axis, we have got what is that called? So many lah. Okay, I cannot think right now. Okay, so it's basically they call it the command center of metabolism. Okay, so how it regulates and then it also helps the insulin to get more sensitive lah. It resensitizes the insulin to the body. That's how improving your gut health helps. Okay, I did not know this thing until I was actually educated here. This is where I learned about this, and that's how I'll show you later lah what happened. Okay, so what are the things that you basically need to do this healing? First, of course, you need to juggle your nutrition lah. Okay, if you want to go for food which has a bit of a low glycemic index, basically if you want to throw away your sugar. Okay, fiber, obviously, fiber helps to reduce the absorption of sugar in the body. Okay, and then protein. Why is protein so important? Okay, protein is important because it helps to build the muscles which help to burn fat. Isn't it? Does it make sense? Your muscles are the ones helping to burn fat. So you need the protein, which is the building block of your cells, to be enough, adequate. Okay? If it's adequate, then you can start forming muscles which will help to burn fat. Okay? And then movement, obviously. You can't be expecting to just sit one place and lose weight lah. Lose weight, improve your resistance, itu memang dreaming lah. If you ask me, that's dreaming. Okay? And then what is this? This one. This one memang everybody will have problem lah. Even I. Okay. This one. How many of you have night shift work? I do. Yeah, I have night shift work. The day after the night shift, memang whole day gone. I need the rest. If not, it'll be so, how to say, I'll be very irritable. A lot of things lah. Like memang it affects the mood and hormones and everything. Okay. So sleep memang the rest is very important. We need to do it. And siapa yang selalu stress? There's nobody here can tell that they are not stressed lah. Sure, some point of time you get stressed. What you should do is you go for more of mindful thinking. You take time, you breathe through it. These kind of things will help to regulate your insulin resistance as well lah. Okay. This is from our point of view what we can do. Okay. From the diet side, practice the balanced diet lah. Suku-suku separuh. Okay. And then we limit carbs, as in we go for more of this what they call it? The carbs which are
complex.
Yes, complex carbs. And then also level your portioning of the meal lah. Okay. Increase our fiber and protein intake. Okay? Because our fiber and protein is very, very important to maintain a healthy gut. Okay. And then this one high sugar food that brings kurang fat. And also make sure you stay hydrated. That is very important for the body's metabolism. Okay. And then activities. Stay active. The basic thing you can do is go for 10,000 steps a day. That is the paling basic. Okay. And then try to add on like a 10 minutes workout. Just simple one at home. Anything at home that you can do, you can masuk. Okay. And then ini work in progress lah. Ini work in progress. Okay. And then of course for people who are already diabetic, you have to monitor your blood glucose like regularly, looking at that person up behind. Okay. And then if you have some certain supplements which can help with the blood glucose management, go for it. Obviously, this is how you are going to make your body better. Okay, get enough sleep, and also like I said, stress management. Go do your meditation ke, go watch movie ke, go hang out with your friends ke, something that will make you less stressful. Okay. How many more minutes left? Ada masa? Movie timing. Okay. So what we want is supplement. It doesn't actually replace our lifestyle. Okay. It is something that we add to accelerate what is good for our body lah. Okay. You don't just depend on supplement. You do other things, but you add supplements so that it can be faster. So, like now your current diet is that you already have a current diet proper one. You add in fiber, you add in probiotic, you add in protein, you add in other micronutrients. Why? Fiber helps to improve the sensitivity of the insulin. Probiotics, it helps to reduce inflammation. And also there are some studies which say it helps with the insulin sensitivity as well. Okay. Protein, it will help build your muscles, it will help build your body lining and everything. So this is how it helps. Okay. And then micronutrients, each organ will have a different kind of support for the body lah. Okay. Because in our food naturally whatever we're getting now, it's not complete nutrients are not there. So we do need to add in some for filling up the gaps lah. Okay. So all these things together, that's when you go into optimal health mode. Okay. So first is our visualizer. Okay. This is what we always tell to everybody who wants to start a supplement. Why? We want you to make your gut healthy first. Okay. Our protein, our probiotic and fiber mix, these three things is a really good Normally I take in the morning, so actually breakfast lah. Breakfast for you to start your day, because one, it doesn't cause a glucose spike. Okay, when you take this kind of protein in the morning, it helps to regulate the glucose absorption in the usus. Okay, that's how it helps your gut. And then, like I said earlier, right, probiotic and fiber, it helps with the insulin sensitivity. So it actually helps with the glucose uptake into the cells to be used as energy. So when this happens, you don't get that midday sleepiness. You know, sometimes you eat all the nasi lemak, mee goreng, all pretty canai. By afternoon, you're already sleepy. You have this crash where your sugar is going down, okay, and your uptake of the glucose into the cell is not there, and the energy is not being used. Okay, so when you take this kind of thing, it will help with the sensitivity, and it will actually help the cell to use energy for you to maintain throughout the day. That's how it helps. This is a bit in depth, like when I explain to my people, this is how I tell them, okay? This is one. And then you got additional supplements lah. Okay, additional what we can go forward that we have for more on this glucose and sugar and inflammation part. We can go for our bilberry, fenugreek and cinnamon drink. It has certain specific substances, ingredients in it, which specifically help with the insulin with your sensitivity. You can read more about it later on. I don't go too much into the products. Okay, and then we also have double X. Double X is basically our multivitamin and multimineral with phytonutrients. Okay, so this will fill in the gaps. These are the micronutrients that we're talking about. And then these are our FOS. FOS, it helps with our, we call it slimming bacteria. It helps to increase it. So in a way, there is a mechanism that it actually helps with the glucose uptake lah. But they don't explain in detail to us here. But that if you read about that bacteria, you will know what it means. Okay, the Akkermansia bacteria. Okay. Our omega is very, very important. Why? Because it helps with inflammation. Okay? It helps reduce inflammation. That is how important our fish oil is like actually. Those who are not taking, please start. If you're not taking fish oil, you must start fish oil. Okay? Green tea, I read about this, that it helps with insulin sensitivity as well. Okay? And our CD plus is basically a carbohydrate blocker. It's more towards reducing the glucose intake into the body lah. Okay? So, who want to hear this? Okay, so I've been talking all the way all these things, but I can't be talking without anything that actually happened in real, right? So what happened is, this real story happened to my own family lah. It was me, and my siblings, initially 3 hours. Okay? Then when I dragged my parents with me lah. So what happened was, we checked our blood parameters and all. It wasn't really in healthy level, okay, especially my brother's one. So we made a decision that we want to do a lifestyle change together with the supplementation and everything. Okay, because before this, when I do diet and all these things, it never works. It never works for long term. If I hilang jalan sikit, mesti put on weight back. So how did this set of healthy living, the style of healthy living that I'm doing now, went into this helping with my insulin resistance lah, basically. Okay? What happened? No battery. So this is my siblings and me. That's me, my sister, my brother. That one next to my apply lah. Okay. So what we did was we joined Gut Reset. There's something called as Gut Reset, which happens in DVI few months once. Okay. So in this, what we do is we actually practice healthy living. How? In the morning we start with our smoothie, which includes our gut protein lah. This is how I used to do my smoothies lah. Sekarang lain sikit. Sekarang mommy buat. Okay. So we blend 80% of vegetable and fruits with our protein, fiber, and then we add in our probiotic and drink it in the morning as our breakfast. That's the first thing we did. And then also we had super meals lah. Okay, we had super meals basically means rice, carbohydrates lah, carbohydrates suku, protein suku, and also your fiber must be separuh lah. Okay, that. And then also night, we as much as possible we go for our body heat. Basically that's what we did. And also we went for exercise and our 10K steps. So by adding these things, and in my house we added we also added FOS as well as lecithin powder into our diet. Okay, so this was happening for about 2 months. We did this for 2 months proper because we also joined the goal challenge. So we did it for 2 months proper. So next slide. So this was me, my reading. This was my reading at 5.9 HbA1c, my sugar level, which after 2 months went to 5.4, which is normal already lah. This was pre-diabetes, which is from 28th of October to 31st of 12. Memang the total is 2 months. Okay, the next one is my sister. Hers was 6, also dropped to 1.4. It wasn't just only me. Anyone want to take a guess how much my brothers? Who is new here? Who is first time here? Or have not seen me talking about this story before? Ada tak? Ada tak? Okay. What do you know what the normal HbA1c level can be? Okay, basically, this is the one lah, 5.7 and below. Okay. What do you think my brother's level was when we started this? One number. Okay. Next slide. Guess how old was he at this time? Y'all think you're young won't get right? He was 25. 25 years old with HbA1c 11.2. Is it worrying? Very scary, huh? He got scared also lah. Obviously. Bro got so scared. And he's like, I can't follow what you do. But what he was, in the first 2 months, he actually did by his own lah. He started doing lifestyle changes on his own first, before I introduced him to my supplements. Okay? So before we started that 2 months, so this is in August. So in October next one, it was 8.2. By just doing simple lifestyle changes first, but we want it to maintain, right? We want it to reduce some more, we want it to maintain some more. So we started on the 2-month journey of memang buat all the exercise lah pakai. Siapa lagi baru kat sini? Anyone? Nanti are you new? Okay. What do you think was his value on 31st of December? 30th of December? After 2 months, from 8.2. About how much the range? The normal here is 5.7, below 5.7 to 6.3 is pre-diabetic, more than 6.3 is diabetic. I keep giving him a lot of credit lah. Okay, next slide. Just by following the proper lifestyle changes, you can actually reverse your diabetic. His level 11.3 is diabetic basically. Okay, so but this one, after 3 months I checked again, it was about 5.8, 5.6, so it was able to maintain lah. I don't have the data right now. Okay, so there's also another person lah, who I want to call to give a bit small short testimony. Ma. So she did this that is the second time she did this. So she said how much of what kind of things she has improvement lah. First of all, you tell your age and also how long will you diabetes?
I'm 62, I'm diabetes for 20 years. So 42, when my sugar was 15, I say only 10 more lah. Come from 5.2 when I went check with the 5.2. And then suddenly 15.2, I said 10 only lah because I didn't know what was that. When I come back, my husband starts scrolling me, 15.2 you can die very fast, which I do not want lah. 42 diabetic is quite bad, And then I was on medication but playing lah, here and there. I don't take it seriously, but now after I joined I'm taking the product and all that. You see, the one, the preparation, everything, she will do very nicely. I just jump up and do. Okay, and then now for the past, for the more than a year now, my sugar is around 7 point something. I'm from 85, I dropped to now 69 because I'm walking. I do walking, not 10,000 steps, 6,000 steps because walking alone is not fun. They don't join me. And then one thing, I can sleep very well, except when I have stress. Okay, when I have stress, I take magnesium. Everybody should take magnesium. Half an hour, you knock out. I'm promoting other products also. And one more thing, she gave me the double X. I've been taking double X long ago when I was much younger. Yeah, after having that. But then I stopped. Those days were very cheap. 98 ringgit per pack of 98 only. Now I ask her, why is it so expensive? And I always have a feeling Amway product is very expensive, but it's very, very good. No doubt about it. So I'm for 62 I look okay, right?
Yes.
And my maid of 30 years left already. I'm doing all the housework, managing. And you know, she said sleeping, I need to take 10 minutes nap. My husband always say 10 minutes nap. I have to take 10 minutes nap at least 2 o'clock. 10 minutes only, then I'll just wake up. I'm feeling very good lah. Anything else?
What I call her is because this is our us when you're a bit younger, right? So even the old age group, this can help you a lot. So this is what I want to show. Okay? The next one? I don't even know what I want next. Ah, yes. So now everybody must stand up. Y'all need to make a decision right now. Okay? This is one part of your life. If you want to choose this, or you want to choose this. Okay? You decide. Then close your eyes and make a decision today. Everybody close your eyes. Fikir how you want to look like in the future. Fikir dulu, fikir dalam-dalam. Okay? Whether you want to have hormone imbalance ke, you want to go for lifelong medication injection ke, fatigue and then yo-yo dieting, or you want to go for a stable weight, stronger muscles, better digestion, freedom from depending on medications. Which one you want? Okay? No need tell anybody, just fikir for your own self. Okay? Then we see lah. Make the decision today. Choose what's right for you. Okay? So basically, the most powerful medicine for our future is what is the strange lah. This is what I said, your daily choices. This is the most powerful medicine for you lah. Okay? As a doctor, I'm telling you, please listen. Okay, anyone want to follow me on Instagram? Okay, follow me. That's my Instagram. Thank you.